so good. Hey, babe. I hope you're doing well. You're drinking enough water, getting enough rest, and doing your best to let shit go, both figuratively and literally. Hi, I'm Coley, the mom and shaman. This is yeah, I guess we'll call it a video diary. We'll talk about some things that I've been up to, or did want to take some time to just create like a special thank you to the people who allowed me to sit with them in Greensboro, North Carolina at Eclectic by Nature. You don't know who they are, and they know who they are, and I hope that if they see this, when they see this message, they will receive it in gratitude. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Paul and Christy, Tina and Cheyenne, Danny and Sarah with the H. It's not quite complete without the H, right? Then there was Simone, Haley, Bobby. What's up, girl? Hey, Bobby. And Desi. You are all just such amazing individuals, and it was my honor to sit with you, challenge you a little bit. We cried some, we laughed a lot, and hopefully you got something that you could take away, because I remember each of you with such warmth in my heart, and I pray gratitude and life and abundance, peace, joy, and all of the wonderful things over your life and over your heart. And I hope that you will honor me again with the opportunity to sit with you, to talk with you, and to encourage you, because you're part of my family now. I love you. I had an emotional, but not, how can I put this? So the day before I was ready, usually before, when I know that I'm getting ready to do readings, the day before, especially when I'm doing them all day, I will take that entire day to meditate and just get myself really grounded, so that I rest and I get up in the morning and do my meditation, so I am prepared and ready to be a channel to sit there and to talk and to encourage and to receive the messages from the Most High and from other spirits that are around, for the good of all. I'm still learning how to channel, and that has been a very interesting experience. Like, as I'm sitting with someone and I'm talking to them, I remember I was like, okay, something's like coming through. I could feel it, and so it's just, I just delivered this heartfelt apology, and as I heard myself say it, it felt like it was for me too. And the apology was for like all of the damage that was done in an attempt to help teach you how to be prepared for the world that they were living in and the world that they saw. And it was at its heart out of a desire to help, and sometimes it may have been driven by resentment, envy, regret, obligation, and just knowing that the people that care for you, and even the ones that they don't know any better. They are doing the best that they can for themselves and for those they care about. And if they call themselves caring about you, they were trying. And, you know, nothing beats a try but a fail. So, they were trying to teach and help as best they could. Oh, a squirrel. Is that two squirrels? That's one thing that I love about sitting by my window. I rearranged my room so I can sit like on my bed right here and like look out the window at the trees and things. They distract me. So like, yeah, let's get grounded. Let's start with a little bit of our singing bowl here. I have our lovely Tibetan singing bowl. I get better. Okay, I sit and play with that a little bit and see if I can, how I can make the sounds different. I even tried putting water in it to see if it would change the sound, and it didn't. That to me seems like very important. Like the presence of the water in the bowl did not change the way that the bowl sounded to me. So was I only listening for the tones of the bowl, or was I listening for the difference? Yeah, it did. If it was different at all, it was very subtle. So I thought that was really cool. So up next we have our Rebel Oracle deck. This is one-shot wonders. What does the universe want the viewer of this video to know right now? Thank you, angels, gods, ancestors, and guardians of highest good. Please return to sender any thought, word, or action. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to get one card for the viewer right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What does the universe want you to know right now? Okay. You equals tight ass. Listen the fuck up, control freaks. Don't get laid. Which I think is particularly hilarious because I'm currently on a fast from getting laid. We'll see how that goes. But you know, we're doing good. So yes, loosen up. I receive that. Okay, cool. Alright, so listen. So I get the water heater here is like, it's not on the fritz or what have you. It's like the my landlord has decided to like turn the hot water off when we're not using it because there's a leak in the bathroom and it needs to be fixed, and to save money on the gas bill, so we have to turn the hot water on, then wait an hour to take a shower and all this other kind of stuff for the water to get out. Now you can take cold showers, and I entertained that thought the other day. He did teach me how to light the water heater, so when I'm ready to take a shower, like I can't do that. When he was away, I lit the water heater and it worked out fine. But so Saturday was when I did the readings all day and got home, and Sunday got up in the morning and I didn't feel like, I just did wash my face with, I boiled some hot water on the stove and like used that. So it's just like I'll take a full shower at some point in the future. I took a shower yesterday. I'm going to take a shower today because I've got meditation to attend that I'm looking forward to because I've been away for a little while, and some other errands to run because I need to get some coconut oil because there is a candy experiment that I want to do, but I actually have all of the stuff to do it right now, but I wanted to make some more can butter. So it's just really, but I've been exercising my creativity in different ways as well as getting some exercise. I do understand the benefit of like tightening your muscles up and holding them tight, and that's what I'm doing right now, and breathing and like moving slowly through those tightened muscles. It's something that I learned from doing yoga. So as I'm getting reacquainted with my body and my physicality and working to strengthen and lengthen out my muscles, the goal for me is to be healthy and to be flexible, of course, because like, yeah, but to be healthy and flexible. So focusing on healthy habits as opposed to just adhering to a specific regimen or what have you. I've been doing some of my coaching with the Ultimate Success and Impact with Influence, so I've been re-listening to those, just getting myself together and focusing on myself and what I want for me, what I want for my business, what I want for the future. So thank you for joining me along this wild ride. So now yesterday I had the idea that I finally followed through on to make some like honey ginger lime barbecue sauce, and it turned out really well. I mixed it with some pork that I had, and like last I'm sure I put too much of it on the sandwich that I had, but I had only that one plate and was just kind of like noshing around the day or whatever. I had snacks. I did a video on something. It's probably already posted because I've been doing better about making sure that once I finish these videos I go ahead and upload them so that they can be there for you to interact with and to observe, hopefully learn from. What we're drinking today is a ginger lime water. How did I make that? I sliced up some ginger and some lime and lemon. This is lime, ginger and lime. Lemon and lime have a very slight difference, but this has ginger and lime. Put it into a blender with some hot water, let it steep for a while. Blended it up as smooth as I felt comfortable because I know it's going to be taking all the solids out. I didn't do it super smooth, but I did get it mashed up real good. Then I sat that in a jar in the refrigerator overnight. Then the next day I strained all of the solids out of the jar, and then I bottled up the rest of the ginger lime water. Now one of the things that I do with it is I add it to my hot water to make tea in the morning. I also make this body spray for myself, but I also add some essential oils to it. So this is a little bit of the ginger lime. This is diluted because the ginger lime in and of itself is pretty strong. So I dilute this with water and I add some lemongrass to it, so that makes it kind of like a natural deodorant spray, but I use it for like a body spray as well as a clearing spray for my aura and whatnot. So as I have this is like a product of meditation. As I am creating this, I'm meditating and infusing it with source love energy so that when I use it I am protected. Yes, I am covered in a beautiful aura of ginger, citrus, and lemongrass, and because I live with a chain smoker, my clothes tend to smell like smoke, and that annoys me because I have been doing my best to not smoke, and I haven't smoked in a few days. I have stopped buying cigarettes and cigars, and so I just smoke herbs or what have you. And there are a lot of smokable herbs beyond marijuana, although when I have access to it I will smoke, because I'm an advocate for marijuana legalization. So I feel like it's a crime if I don't have weed in my system, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. But so I went to church on Sunday, and went to Sunday school, because I don't want to call it Bible study, because yeah, they were talking a little bit about the Bible, but they just got it's more of a lecture. And as I pulled up to the church, and I look at my trip meter on my car, and it says 2222. So I'm like, okay, Lord, I don't know what it is you're doing, but I'm here for it. Like, alright, like, what in the land? Okay. So I get there on time, and I'm pleased with that. Before I go in, my prayers and meditations as I'm walking into the building, I'm appreciating the cool air of the morning and the way the trees look, and I'm just thanking my angels, guides, and ancestors for their presence with me. And I go in and sit down, and I'm listening to the class or what have you, and the pastor is having a conversation. He's talking about something that brings to mind a conversation that he and I had a few weeks back before I went on a trip there's a church potluck, and I took some candy to it, and it was like really cool to share that, because I love to make candy, and it was unadulterated candy, so I was playing around with some taste and textures. So unadulterated candy, and he pulls me to the side, and he has a bag that I gave one of the other members of the church. So she came to mind. She had small children. I figured it was like little string bags. I figured her kids could use it to put stuff in or what have you. Just thinking about the abundance of what I have, and this beautiful woman was so kind to me, and I appreciated her, so I wanted to do something to show my appreciation. So he asked me if I prayed over or cursed the items in some way, and I looked at him and I said no. And he offered them back to me, and I said no. I give it out of the abundance of what I have. You know, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Like, yeah, you can throw it in the fire if you want to. That's perfectly fine. And he said no, and I don't know what he did with it, because again, there was a gift that I gave, and just my inner child, like, yeah, I thought that it could be some use to her, and my spirit is telling me that there was some paranoia. Well, we'll see. It's a judgment, okay? Like, alright, so that honestly offended me, but I didn't leave, because I'm like, okay, I'm here for the potluck. And then I sat and ended up having a conversation with his wife while all of the other things were going on around me. And it's like they were, and I was there for the fire. Like, yeah, so I was there for what I was there for, to sit there and be present. And praise God in advance, I did throw something in the fire, and with the desire to release it, the trash of what it is that is holding me back from stepping into the fullness of who I am. And after that, when my car overheated in Spartanburg, South Carolina, I had a blessed angel come to help me, when a man whose name happened to be Christian, a white man, was like, yeah, I gotta go, I can't help you, my wife's waiting on me. And I was just like, dude, I'm not from here. And and I have had instances in the past in which I have asked for help and received it from a stranger. Like, yeah. And but Jack was kind enough to pull over and offer me some help. He took me home and fed me. We had a great conversation. He kept me safe, brought me back to my car. In the morning, it was still overheating. We got it someplace safe so that I could leave it, and one of my friends drove 3 hours to come get me, and I had 3 people drive 3 hours to help me in the instance. So that's nothing but God. That's nothing but God. Like, no, I mean, I have put a lot of good out into the world, and I consider myself a good person, not particularly a nice person, because I can be very mean-spirited when I am in a state of judgment. And who isn't? Who feels good when they feel judged? Particularly if their judge is less than. Some people feel good to be judged because they're like, okay, look at me compared to whomever. I stopped comparing myself to people a little while back, and I just look at myself and I appreciate myself for my beingness. And that is an encouragement to you. Appreciate yourself for your beingness, because everything, and I mean everything, that you have, somebody wishes they had it. All of the worries and things that you have right now are prayers of those that have them, that don't have them, rather. And the reminder is that a worry is a prayer for something that you don't want. So what you focus on grows, so focus on the good in your life. And that's like, you can't ignore the bad. Acknowledging it and appreciating it for its presence of contrast that gives you the opportunity for appreciation, because in the absence of evil, good becomes evil. In the absence of good, evil becomes good. That is just so profound to me. Like, yeah. Life has the light and the dark. And, yes, forgiving the experiences of the past is important. Forgetting them does you a disservice. Why? Because you lose the lesson within that experience. What did that teach me? What did that show me? How did I grow from that? And if we don't ask ourselves those questions, and we end up repeating it until we're like, oh my gosh, why does this keep happening to me? It's happening for you so that you can understand your own individual energy, is what my understanding is right now. So, like, yeah. And when you learn the lesson, keep the blessing. Apply that learned lesson to the next opportunity, because it's going to come back around, because that's how you break the cycle. When it comes back around again, you do something different from what you did before. And every time you face your fear, it gets easier to do it again and again. And every time you exercise compassion and mercy, it gets easier to do it again and again. Now it is said that he who can choose peace must be capable of great violence, because without the capability of violence, you are simply harmless. So what we do to ourselves often is we beat ourselves up for the shit that we don't know, instead of understanding, like, yeah, sometimes this shit that's above my pay grade, low dog. That is not for me to know or decide or to speak on. If so, like, yeah, those things that are in the hands of the universe, let the universe handle those things. And choose to love yourself unconditionally. Have some patience with yourself. Give yourself grace. Because it is by grace that we are here at all. All of the blessings that you have are grace in action. And all of the problems that you have are blessings waiting to be discovered. Because everything and everyone in your life experience is a blessing. Now, does that mean allow yourself to be abused? No, it does not. is acknowledging that the person who is not treating you in the way that you deserve does not deserve you in their presence. So that is where the opportunity to leave ought to present itself. And I ask that if you are in a situation, or if you have ever been, that you seek help, and that it's okay to ask for help. You give other people the opportunity to show compassion and care for you in the way that you deserve to be cared for. And that is a part of my experience as well. I've had a couple of my exes take me in and allow me to live with them while I was trying to get my shit together, and I was on my quasi-North American walkabout, which I feel as though is still happening until I'm in my beautiful dream home in the country with a wraparound porch. And yeah, I can see it. Like, as I'm talking about it, I can see it as a part of my experience, so I know that it's coming, and I do my best to encourage myself with that yet to be experienced memory, like seeing my grandson run around in the yard and maybe chase chickens, or like see squirrels and birds and stuff like that, and have the opportunity to do creative things and spend time with me and make great memories. And I've been able to do so much with nothing compared to what I have had at one time in my life, because God. I wanted to unalive myself so many times, and there was that voice that was like, no, don't do it. You're here for a reason, and you are too. And I am so grateful for you. You are so amazing. Here's your work. So, oh wow, let's go ahead and do our Rumi Oracle card pull of the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now this, as I've been slowing down and reading more, studying and pouring into myself and focusing on the things that I appreciate, this deck, the oracle is written by Alana Fairchild and the art is by Rasuli. And I just believe the words are beautiful, the art is beautiful, and it is just so sensual and romantic, and I sincerely appreciate it. So I hope that angels, guides, ancestors, and guardians, what is a message that this beloved one needs to hear today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oop, here we go. Divine discontent. Alright, let's see. That's number 12. Put that here. Get a little bit of light. Because you know we inside. Sunlight is the best light. Well, the next best thing, we're going to work it out. Alright. Oh, where's my water? Thank you, thank you. Divine discontent. So here's the poem by Rumi. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. This is resonant with what I was just talking about. So, okay, thank you. Ooh, I know your heart. I hear a breaking and a groaning in darkness, in darkest night. When you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep, it speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, and there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours, there is a murmuring. I am mourning too, yeah, let's be honest. A quieting. Oh, hang on, that's my Twinkie twin. Kia!
Coley!
Ooh, ooh! Speakerphone! How are you?
Speakerphone! I'm good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you so much. You okay? It's been a few days.
I know, it's Tuesday. Monday is one of my busier days, and I'm trying to get this transaction to close on Friday. That they delayed stuff or whatever. My transaction coordinator out having the baby.
I'm back. Thank you so much. I had to take that call because I hadn't heard from her all weekend, and we've been working on a deal together. So, okay, cool. But let's get our music back going. All right, we were reading. I guess to you it was just a moment. To me, it's been like 30 minutes. So, and I tend to want to keep these under an hour. So, I just invite you to read this. I may do a separate video just for this card itself. But divine discontent. This abstract looks like little people reaching up, and it feels like it has motion, just being drawn up into the heavens. And I was telling my sister about my experience in which I decided to ask a question out of curiosity, and because she asked me a question, like, why would I was like, I just figured, he'd had a bad experience. Why do people judge shamans? And because they've had that's the basis of all negative judgment. You have had an experience that you did not understand or necessarily appreciate, and from that you form a judgment about the messenger or yourself. I was talking about the message that came through from my late sister on Saturday, with a message from someone's late mother apologizing and asking for forgiveness for just being so hard and just damaging the perception of, the story that I have of myself is what other people gave me. People gave me this limiting belief, and I held on to it. And now, as I'm releasing that limiting belief, I'm letting go of a lot more things too. I don't want to blame her, and I appreciate her presence in my life, but my understanding of why she did what she did has been clarified more, because she was a kid and I was too. And we're all children at heart, I believe, and we want to be loved and appreciated and acknowledged for our awesomeness, and we kind of lose that along the way when people tell us, no, you're not, you can't do that, you can't do this, and all of those can'ts are bullshit that keeps us from living in the fullness of who we are. And it is like that with Christians. Like, they're so, honey, I have personally been damaged by a well-meaning Christian. So as I aspire and desire not to hold offense against that group, because they're doing the best they can, they think that they are helping, and until someone comes along to say, like, that's not helping, that gets us more of what we have right now. So the heart of love, appreciation, forgiveness, radical forgiveness. It has compassion for the other person that does not treat you in a way that you feel honored and respected, because either they don't know any better or they are over capacity in some other area of their life, and that ends up spilling over to you, the person that is there. And I'm so very grateful, because when I got home on Sunday, I was in my feelings. I was very conflicted because I had just started to make friends at this church. It's like I want to see and get to know my friends. I want to praise with them and cheer for them. And speak life over them and encourage them. Just the way that I have to encourage myself some days, and the way that I try to encourage you. So I just leave it up to the Most High in life experience. I was considering inviting some other shaman friends of mine to that church so that they can see and like experience the service and like tell me what they see or whatever. And I don't know. That's just the thought process that I have, about that. So, like I forgive I forgive myself for the desire to look down on someone that judges me based on their ignorance. And then I give it up to the Most High, who's the one that sent me there. I am a servant of the Most High. If I go to church, I'm either invited or led. And the Lord led me to this church. You can say what you want or believe what you will about how that came to pass, but it was part of my path to be there. My presence there is needed. And your presence is needed in your own life as well. If you give more to other people than you do to yourself, that's not selfless. That self-sacrificing is depleting you and creating for you just the opportunity to blow up. But when you can pour into yourself and set healthy boundaries, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Find somebody else to do it. Every no is an opportunity for the better, yes. And you give the gift of finding whatever they're asking for elsewhere. And that is the gift that I got. Well, my family rejected me, and no, it just seemed like no one wanted to help me. There were people that did. I'm still here. I am still alive because of God and the God in me that other people see that wanted to help me. And also, I'll do my best to help them too. Wodang house rules. Leave it like you found it or better. Be helpful wherever you go. Honor a reasonable request. Now, this reasonable request, that's the thing with the church. Like, is it coming under that rule? But then I get to break the rules because they're my rules and it's about energy. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know exactly what yeah, that's the beautiful thing about living in service to the Most High. Like, as the time comes, then I'll know. If I go, I go. If I don't, I don't. Like, yeah, it's interesting. So stay tuned. Yeah, feel free to comment down below and like and subscribe if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me. Thank you so much for being with me this long. I appreciate you. I hope that this has been some kind of encouragement to you. A little piece of my life, my thought process, and my life experiences. And the link in the description, you'll be able to connect with me. That's through my link tree. You can book your call, prepay for your session. Unfortunately, sessions are going to have to be prepaid, as I've already experienced someone who was happy to receive and decided that they didn't want to pay what they agreed. So I forgive myself for that, and thank you so much for your understanding. You can also connect with me through Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok. If you hear from TikTok, give me a comment, or if you follow me on TikTok from here, just comment over there and let me know. It would be great to connect with you further. So again, my name is Nicole. My friends call me Coley, and I'm the Mom and Shaman. This has been a little bit of time with me, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're beautiful. You're sexy. You're amazing. And your butt, it looks nice. I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or whatever time you're watching this. Thank you. I love you so much right now.